You are navigating the freezing, turbulent waters of the deep ocean, heading further south than any vessel has ever gone. Emerging from the fog is a sheer, vertical cliff of solid ice that stretches endlessly to the left and right, completely blocking your path. To a growing number of people, this is the edge of the world. Modern flat Earth theory proposes that our planet is a flat disk, with the North Pole at the center and a 150-foot high wall of ice, Antarctica, bounding the outer perimeter. This is the United Nations emblem. It uses an azimuthal equidistant projection, which proponents of the theory cite as physical proof of the icy ring surrounding our world. In early 2026, it seemed a leaked livestream finally provided visual evidence of this guarded perimeter. However, the footage was not broadcast from the edge of the world. It was filmed by a tourist on a cruise ship looking at a glacier in Patagonia, Chile. While this internet lore relies on viral illusions, the towering ice cliffs themselves are a physical reality. They simply serve a different purpose than the one proposed by conspiracy theorists. In 1839, Captain James Clark Ross encountered a continuous cliff of ice that rose 100 meters out of the ocean, barring his progress south. He famously wrote that one might as well try to sail through the cliffs of Dover. He named it the Great Barrier, and for the explorers of the time, encountering such a sheer, frozen obstacle made the idea of an end to the Earth feel tangible. Reaching the interior of the continent remains nearly impossible without massive logistical support. Travelers must rely on heavy military-style cargo planes and specialized equipment just to survive the environment. The 1959 Antarctic Treaty reinforced this isolation by officially demilitarizing the continent. It set the land aside exclusively for international scientific research, banning all military operations and mining. Conspiracy theorists interpret this treaty and the presence of government cargo planes as evidence of a cover-up. They assume the continent is aggressively off-limits to the public to prevent them from seeing what lies beyond the ice. Antarctica is the only continent on Earth with no history of native human habitation. Because it is a place where humans have never naturally lived, it becomes a blank slate where we project our fears of the unknown. Where public knowledge of the landscape ends, rumors of secret World War II-era bunkers hidden deep within the ice begin. These stories originate from a 1939 German expedition that conducted aerial surveys over the ice. To claim the territory for the Third Reich, they dropped thousands of metal swastikas across a region they named New Schwabenland. Following the war, American Admiral Richard Byrd led Operation High Jump, a massive naval expedition involving thousands of personnel and specialized polar equipment. Byrd's real-world explorations eventually fueled internet legends regarding a secret diary. These claims suggest he flew into a hollow Earth to find tropical oases and advanced civilizations, rather than the frozen mountain ranges he actually mapped. Human imagination often fills the gaps in our maps with conspiracy, yet the physical reality being uncovered by science requires no invention to be extraordinary. To understand the scale of the continent, look at this comparison. Antarctica is a frozen desert roughly 1.5 times the size of the United States, holding 90% of all the ice on our planet. The ice walls seen from the ocean are the edges of floating ice shelves, some the size of France. These massive slabs are so sensitive to their environment that they produce audible seismic humming as the wind vibrates across the snow. This cross-section reveals the Gamburtsev Mountains, a jagged range the size of the Alps, completely buried under miles of solid ice. Drilling deeper reveals subglacial lakes like Lake Vostok, isolated for millions of years, supporting unique ecosystems surviving in total darkness. The ice is not a perimeter guarding a flat Earth. It is a physical archive, hiding a prehistoric geography of buried peaks and isolated water systems. Today, the threat to these ice cliffs is not secrecy, but physical instability. Human-induced climate change is causing these walls to fracture. The West Antarctic ice sheet is especially vulnerable. These ice shelves act as a critical barrier, physically holding back the massive weight of the continent's inland ice from sliding into the sea. As warming deep ocean currents melt these shelves from below, The physical ice walls are calving and shattering at rates not seen in the historical record. This graph maps the projected impact of a complete collapse. If these marine ice cliffs fail, they will release a volume of water that redefines the global coastline, causing sea levels to rise significantly for every coastal city on Earth. The stability of the global shoreline depends on these ice cliffs remaining intact. The danger of the Antarctic wall is not the secrets it keeps.